and figuring out remedies that will work for you, remedies that will make you more successful, remedies that will make you better in life. तो उसके साथ ही शो डिस्कस करेंगे आज के जो है योग के बारे में.
Yes, we have been discussing it since a week. So let's start with the recap. जो हमने last week बात की थी, can we give a little recap to all the listeners?
तो लास्ट वीक हमने योगों की बात की थी. योग्स, योग is basically some sort of arrangement of planets which makes your chart strong or gives you difficulty in life. I'm using the word difficulty and not challenges because in my opinion challenges are something that are, that can be overcome with lots of planning, trick, etc. But जब difficulty आती है, it is more inflicted by yourself कि आपने कुछ ऐसा किया है जो that has caused that circumstance. You may not realize it, but in astrology everything is based on कर्म. तो आपके कर्म के ऊपर आपके difficulties आती हैं, कर्म के ऊपर results है, कर्म के ऊपर effort है. तो astrology में जो योग होते हैं they are all tied with your past life. ऐसी कोई कुंडली नहीं है जिसमें योग नहीं होते. All kundlis have yog. All kundlis have good yogs. All kundlis have bad yogs. Yog is the backbone. It is the one that is responsible for you to be successful in life, to grow in life. A good yog will propel you further, give you fame, recognition, success. जो खराब योग होता है, that will cause difficulties, obstacles, hindrance, but he's not going to destroy you. See, the way the planets are, the way the kundali is, the way the yogs are, it's all positive. More than half the planets are good. More than half the yogs are good. योग में भी अच्छे योग होते हैं और बुरे योग हैं, but बुरे योग will not destroy. They will delay. तो इसलिए हम कहते हैं कि life is all good. Life has more to offer than to take away from you. जब बुरे योग आते हैं तो we discuss कि क्या चीजें करनी चाहिए आपको. Maybe transformation of your life, work harder, कुछ remedies ले लो that may help you, that can work. Interesting question था कि ये योग आया है, बुरा है. How can a remedy for sun help? Well, अगर planet black हो रहा है, it's blackened out, you'll have to do something to give it strength, right? If sun is your self-confidence, sun is your ego, sun is your, ability to stand up against what you think is wrong, और वही planet weak है, then how will you do it? तो योग जो है ये बहुत तरह के होते हैं. लास्ट वीक वी डिस्कस्ड राज योग, धन योग, संन्यास योग, अरिष्टा योग, पंच महापुरुष योग, चंद्र मंगल योग, गज केसरी योग, and we discussed that all of these yogs, at least some of them are present in almost all kundli, especially Raj Yoga. Powerful yoga है ये. It is a dasha dependent yoga. इसका मतलब है जो planets involved हैं इस योग में, they will only give the yoga during their dasha. I've always told you, Vedika, कि astrology has two parts. There is quality and quantity. योग खराब हो सकता है, योग अच्छा हो सकता है. बट योग अगर अच्छा है, you won a lottery. अगर योग पावरफुल है, यू विल विन $1 million. अगर बहुत ज्यादा पावरफुल है, यू विल विन 100 million. अगर योग वीक है, यू विल विन मे बी $2, $10. सो रिमेंबर, योग की क्वालिटी विल डिपेंड अपॉन द मैच्योरेशन ऑफ द प्लैनेट, द डिग्निटी ऑफ द प्लैनेट, द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द प्लैनेट्स, द एस्पेक्ट ऑफ द प्लैनेट्स, द हाउस द प्लैनेट ओन्स. बट जो योग इटसेल्फ है, इट विल ईदर कम इन टू इफेक्ट व्हेन द प्लैनेट की दशा आती है, या इट विल ऑलवेज बी देयर. गज केसरी योग, ये योग लाइफ टाइम रहेगा, ये कभी हटता नहीं. तो अगर आपके पास ये योग है, ही इज गोइंग टू गिव यू इंटेलिजेंस, विजडम, मनी. नाउ दैट डजंट मीन यू आर गोइंग टू बी द स्मार्टेस्ट मैन, डजंट मीन यू विल बी द रिचेस्ट पर्सन इन द वर्ल्ड, बट सेल्फ सफिशिएंट रहोगे. किसी के आगे हाथ नहीं बिछाओगे एंड से प्लीज गिव मी. नो, दैट इज नॉट हैपनिंग. बट एट द सेम टाइम यू विल हैव इनफ टू रन अ गुड लाइफ. नाउ हर एक योग जो दशा इंडिपेंडेंट भी होते हैं, ड्यूरिंग द प्लैनेट्स दशा दे विल शाइन. You see, some people start a business and all of a sudden, in a few years, they sell it. Then they start the next company. Then they sell that. They're called serial entrepreneurs. अब serial entrepreneurs की कुंडली देखो, they all have something like a परिवर्तन योग और गज केसरी योग, धन योग. But ये जो दशा आती है उसमें बीच में they start their business, sell it, start, sell. So you have to understand that although a yog is dasha independent, he still gives better results during his dasha. हमने वो बात की थी. फिर हमने डिस्कस किया था कि योग बनते कैसे हैं. Remember,
Right.
yogs can be formed when two planets sit together, when two planets look at each other, when two planets exchange houses, when two planets, uh, are at angles from each other. There are so many ways. कोई
Mm-hmm.
कुंडली नहीं है जिसमें योग नहीं होता. We will talk about good planets, bad planets. We will talk about good yogs, bad yogs. And कल last week closing में, you had asked me, can yog be a destiny maker?
जी.
And I answered and said yes. योग कैन. इस आज हम एग्जाम्पल्स देंगे ऑफ कुंडली जिसमें योग भी नहीं है, फिर भी दे एंडेड अप बिकमिंग वेरी रिच, सक्सेसफुल, पावरफुल, विजनरी. 3 एग्जाम्पल दूंगा ऑफ पीपल who have no powerful योग in their कुंडली and are still very successful. So अगर योग अच्छे हैं आपकी कुंडली में, प्लीज आइडेंटिफाई दोज योग्स and use them when you have to. I was talking in the morning to an individual lady at about 9 o'clock who runs a business. I won't name her. I won't even say the type of business she runs because she's listening on the show.
Mm-hmm.
She spent a lot of time, lot of money, lot of effort, energy on building her business. But she started her business too early. देखिए, business उन्होंने जल्दी start किया. She's plugged in so much money, she's not getting returns. Her husband is a little sick too. So looking at her kundli, I said, don't stop now. आपने जो पहले डाला, that is gone. It's water under the bridge. आपको मिलना नहीं वापस. But the right time to do your business is now. Between now and the next 2.5 years, go. Spend more, you will grow more. कभी कभी क्या होता है, हम डर जाते हैं. हमने बहुत किया है, अब नहीं कर सकते. हमने बहुत लूज कर लिया. But this is when life is going to turn. This is when life is going to tell you. Jack Ma is the CEO of a company called Alibaba. He's the
Hmm.
founder. You got to read his story. He was 50 something. He had no job. Professor the. He applied for a job at McDonald's and he got turned down. He went to different McDonald's franchises, kept getting turned down. उनके पास job ही नहीं था. He was
Mm-hmm.
totally finished. He said, I don't know what to do. And that's when somebody came up with the idea कि why don't we help sell Chinese products in America? So he hired his students and said, Bhaiya, let's build a website called Alibaba. So you could be, till your head in debt today. You could be completely distraught, but life will turn around. Life will play a good circle at you and देगा आपको जब deserve करते हो. But in all of this, don't forget, important element, effort. Effort डालना
Absolutely.
पड़ेगा. Effort डालना चाहिए. For some people, life comes easy. But even those जिनके लिए life easy आता है, वो भी बहुत effort डालते हैं. So today's topic is going to be yoga. We'll continue talking about yoga and we'll take calls along the way.
Yes, and on that positive note, I would like to remind all the listeners कि हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं डॉक्टर साकेत भाटिया एंड इफ यू वुड लाइक टू नो एनीथिंग अबाउट योर एस्ट्रोलॉजिकल चार्ट, अपने बारे में या किसी अपने के बारे में अगर आप पूछना चाहते हैं, you can call us right now. Studio lines are open now and we are taking calls. The number is 510-770-1550. Again, the number to studio line is 510-770-1550, where you can call and talk to Dr. Bhatia right now. And for connecting him with him after the show, the number would be 408-639-5300. That's the number जहां आप डायरेक्टली कॉल कर सकते हैं अपॉइंटमेंट लेने के लिए डॉक्टर साकित भाटिया से आफ्टर द शो. 408-639-5300, or you can connect through the website saketbhatia.com. और अभी स्टूडियो लाइन पर क्विक कॉल करने के लिए नंबर है 510-770-1550. Let's start taking calls.
I was expecting you to say that. That's why I said we will take
जी.
calls today.
Hello, you're on
Sure.
air with Dr. Bhatia. Hello. Hello, can you hear us?
Hello. Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi. Yeah. This is a question for my kid. I want to know like what profession or what career she should take.
Okay.
Her date of birth is November 19, 2013.
Oh, so it's your birthday today.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to your daughter. What is her name?
Thank you. Nikita.
Well, happy birthday, Nikita. I don't know Nikita सुन रही है कि नहीं, but very, very special
No,
happy birthday to her. What
thank you
is
so much.
What is Nikita's time of birth?
2:06 p.m. p.m.
Okay, so 1406. And Nikita's place of birth?
Pleasanton, California.
Okay. And your question is career related?
Right. Career or what profession she should take?
We always see in astrology, there are so many different planets, right? बहुत planets होते हैं, and then there are so many houses. When we discuss career, हम हमेशा बैठ के आपको पूछते हैं what is your interest based, because let's say your daughter has Jupiter, that can indicate, becoming a lawyer, working in child education. So looking at your daughter's chart, Nikita, November 19th, 2013, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 4:06 in Pleasanton, right? She happens to be
Sorry,
a
206.
206, 1406, that's what, in the 1406 in Pleasanton, right? Now उनकी जो चार्ट बनती है, she happens to be a Pisces ascendant. Okay, in Vedic astrology she's a Pisces ascendant. Give me 1 second, I want to refine this for her career. तो Pisces ascendant को हम मीन लगन कहते हैं, and her Rashi where her moon is sitting is Taurus. Okay, that's Vrishab Rashi. Her nakshatra is Mrigashi nakshatra. Looking at her kundali, the one thing that springs out to me is जो अंदर के घर है ना, 1 4 7 10, in that she only has good planets, Jupiter, Venus. Granted, Jupiter has lost its strength significantly, but that makes a life of happiness. It makes a good life for your daughter. For her career, we will look at the 10th house. The Lord of the 10th is very well placed in 4th house, aspecting it, also looking by Venus. Venus in general in the 9th, in the 10th house is luxury, anything to do with luxury, anything to do with uh, real estate, anything to do with diplomatic services. She also has Mars, which is sort of hardware. What does your daughter really want to do?
She is open for, and like not specific for anything.
Acting, modeling, diplomacy, real estate, working for a real estate firm. Those would be very good careers for your daughter. The career how Lord is very well placed looking at it. So I would say look at these core professions.
Can you please repeat? Sorry, I missed that.
Your daughter's careers should be run by Jupiter Venus, which is luxury items, acting, modeling, drama. Uski jo third house, house of hobbies, is extremely strong. So those are good professions: modeling, dancing, diplomacy, acting, anything to do with childcare, children. This is what we recommend for your daughter at this time. Okay?
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much.
Luck. Good luck.
Let's take another call. Hello, you're on air with Dr. Saket Bhatia.
Hi, I have a question for my son.
Sure.
So what information do you need? He was born on 14th May 2002.
14th May 2002. Okay.
Yeah, and at 10:53 a.m.
Okay.
Pleasanton, California.
Okay. That's the only information we need.
Okay. So actually, my son is on the autism spectrum, but he has some talents, but we are finding it difficult to find out which area, what kind of job he might pursue. So looking for some direction.
So you said he's on the autism spectrum. Can you explain that a little?
He is challenged as far as some attention, this one language, in areas that way, and he needs some support to stay focused and all that.
Okay, so looking at your son's chart, he is a Cancer ascendant, which is called Kark, which is called Kark Rashi, Ragan, and Rashi is Taurus Vrishab Rashi. He
Okay.
has too many planets placed in his 11th house, which is house of gains. This is where
I
money
see.
is going to be made. So Venus, Mars, Moon, Rahu, Saturn, Mercury, they are all sitting
Wow.
in one house. When all the planets sit in a house, they make that house very important. None of these
Okay.
planets are bad, but Moon
I see.
Rahu will make him emotionally very sensitive. Okay.
Right.
Now,
Okay.
your son also has the planet Sun sitting in his 10th house. Generally, when we see Sun in the 10th house, there are two professions. One, likely go work for the government in some field,
Okay.
or two, take over what your father's business is. I don't know what the father's business is.
Okay. He is a computer engineer. So I don't know. I mean, my son has some talent in math, but I don't know much about computer science. But I'm not sure. Okay.
I don't see computer science as a profession in this kundli. I don't. But what I do see is some sort of work for the government, because Sun in Aries, in a sign of exaltation, generally says go work for the government. Maybe he could do math for the government. Maybe he could work for the IRS. Maybe he can do something when, in a different division. But Sun in the 10th house, this degree for this ascendant should literally result in that. Tell him to try working. His money is going to come from there because money lord has come directly in career. So I encourage you to look at some possible potential government openings for him if he cannot inherit the father's business. Okay.
Right. Okay. So so that's the only field he is likely to succeed in, right?
Yes, that's not the only field he's likely to succeed, but the only field he's likely to do. You can try. Eventually, life will take its circle and pull him back where it's supposed to.
Okay. But if I may ask, do you see him being able to hold a job?
Yes, the sun being exalted and that, yes, he will be able to hold a job.
Okay, because at this point we are concerned. So okay.
Don't be concerned. Rahu is a planet which has already gone from the job. So he's not going to hit the job house anytime soon again. You should be fine. You can come meet us if you want. We can discuss this in greater detail if you're worried and what needs to be done. But at this time, Venus, Mars, Moon, Rahu, Saturn, Mercury, all sitting in the house of gains. You should not be especially worried about him, money-wise, okay?
Okay, great. So you're in Fremont, right?
No, we're in Santa Clara.
Santa Clara. Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
you're in
find
Santa Clara?
You can look
Ba-
at the website, saketbhatia.com. You'll find all the details. Or you can call 408-639-5300.
Okay.
Let's take another call.
Sure.
Hello, you're on air with Dr. Bhatia. Thanks for holding.
Hi, Dr. Bhatia. Should I give you my date of birth?
Sure.
June 27, 1970.
June 27, 1970. Okay.
Place of birth, Herat, Afghanistan.
Okay. And time of birth?
9 a.m.
9 a.m. Okay. And what is your question?
So we're in the process of selling our current home. It's been about 3 weeks. We're in escrow, and the buyer's loan is supposed to close this week. And then we purchased a new home contingent upon this house. So when this one closes, then we can start our loan on the new one. And I want to see if you see us closing on this and moving to the other house in the next 30 days or so.
Give me the name of your city again.
Herat, Herat.
Herat. Yeah, this software that I use is not able to find. So we'll have to see because it says Afghanistan. I'm seeing different states like Beglan, Balkhs, Farah, and that. What state are you in?
Probably Farah.
You're in state Farah.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time I say I try to find a city, it says that the thing is missing. So we'll have to try to plug it in a different. Could you repeat the data again?
June 27, 1970.
June 27th. Let's try a different software. 1970.
Uh-huh.
And your time was 9?
9 a.m.
Okay. And place was Afghanistan, right? Okay.
Yeah, Herat, Herat, or you can do the Farah, Farah, I think.
No problem. Yeah, this one found it. Now your question is about the house, right?
Yeah, so this one is supposed to close this week, and then we're supposed to start the loan on the new house that we're purchasing. I just want to see everything going smoothly, and are we going to be moved to the new house in the next 30 days? Do you see anything, any hiccups?
You're running a Mars Ketu Dasha. Mars is not having any aspect on this house. Ketu does not have an aspect on this house. This Dasha runs through 2025 February, where Mars Venus comes in. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you'll be able to close in 30 days. I don't see that.
You don't.
I don't see you closing in
Yeah,
30 days.
Yeah, because everything has been kind of.
I don't see any aspect of any planet at this time either. I do see something with a Mars Ketu Jupiter on December 17th, but that is a very tiny period. It's between December 17th and December 29th. That is the only possibility, but quite frankly, Jupiter is not very strong. He's very weak. So if you can close between 17th and 29th, great. If not, then you're going to close after Feb. There's no chance before that.
Oh, next year.
Okay. Yep.
Perfect. All right.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
If
Thank
you have
Bye.
further questions, you can direct all your questions to Dr. Bhatia, directly calling him 408-639-5300. Listeners, सुन रहे हैं आप The Astrology Show with Dr. Saket Bhatia, and you can connect with him, get all the information about him through the website saketbhatia.com, or connect directly by calling 408-639-5300. We have one more caller on hold. Let's quickly take the call.
Sure.
Hello, you're on air with Dr. Bhatia.
Hi, Dr. Bhatia. How are you?
I am doing very well. Thank you. Who's this?
This is Tejo.
Hi, Sejal.
Hi, I have a question for myself. So
Okay.
let's use it with you.
What is your date of birth?
It's November 8th, 1984.
Okay.
It's 9:36 in the morning, around 9:36 in the morning.
Okay.
And place is Mumbai.
Ah, okay. You're from the same city as me.
Oh.
Sure.
Yes, yes. So
So-
I am looking for a job change. Started applying. So is there anything on the radar sometime next year?
So let's look at your chart very carefully. You said Sejal, November 8th, 1984 at 9:36 in the morning in Mumbai.
Yeah.
You're a Sagittarius ascendant. Your moon is sitting in Aries. So that means your Rashi happens to be Mesh Rashi. Okay. And your ascendant being Sagittarius is called Dhanush Lagan. If we're going to study your career change, we have to look at the 10th house. The ruler of the 10th house is Mercury, which is placed in Scorpio with Venus. Right now, you're running Rahu Dasha. Rahu has a fifth aspect directly on your career. So that means career-wise, you should be good. But you also have Ketu transiting your house. And that transit doesn't go till May of 2025. So my advice is, no matter which job you join now, you're not going to like it. Or it's going to be a short-term job. You will get a job. The Dasha is running. Don't do it. Wait for Ketu to get out of your 10th house. Sometime after May of 2025, go find the job. It will suit you. It will do you better. But 2026 May, a year from after you get the job, is when you will actually find something far superior and better. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
So my suggestion, wait for 7 months before you switch. If you want, go now, you'll get, but you won't be happy, or it's going to be short term. But 2026 May, June, July is when the real job that you want will come. Wish you well, good luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So we were talking about yogs, and can we start with the two main type of yogs?
See, I'm calling them two main because these are very popularly asked by people. One is called Raj Yoga. हमने Raj Yoga की बात तो की है पहले. We've explained कि Raj Yoga means that you have combination of planets, right? Raj Yoga will give you power, authority, leadership, high status. The level of power, authority, leadership and high status will depend on वो planet कितना strong है कुंडली में. Raj Yoga बनता है जब good planets or bad planets are lords of 1, 4, 7, 10, 5 or 9 and exchange position with another house, or look at another planet जो इनके घर में बैठा है या conjunct हो जाता है ऐसे planets के साथ. Having a strong Raj Yoga will make life better for you. अगर difficult planet like Shani योग बना रहा है, then he says, you put in hard work, I will give you, but once I give you, I won't take it away. Jupiter जैसा planet बना रहा है तो he'll say, I'll give you lots of wisdom. If planet like Mercury is making, I'll give you good time in business. So Raj Yoga is great because Dasha dependent hai, and whenever you call us for a job, interview, career, children, marriage, Raj Yoga dekh ke kehte hain kar lo if it's good. The second yoga that's important is Dhan Yoga. Dhan Yoga is money. While Raj was power, fame, status, Dhan is purely wealth and material abundance. For Dhan Yoga, we must look at connection between 4 houses, 2 and 11, जो wealth and gains के घर है, and उनके supporting houses, 5 and 9, which are intelligence and luck respectively. So if intelligence joins hands with luck, and they look at something like gains, or they look at, money, then nothing is going to stop you in life, right? ये combination बड़ा interesting होता है. I have seen rarely this particular combination in people's chart. Very rare. It's not as common as you think. होता है बहुत. The reason I said do it is because many people ask me this question, but it's still rare. 2-11 दिख जाता है, 2-5 दिख जाता है, तो money based on intelligence, gains through your money दिखता है, but luck missing होता है most कुंडलीज में. I would say a perfect one would be जिसमें luck goes into, intelligence, and money goes into intelligence and they support gains. That would be a perfect combination.
Right.
वो like I said, वो rare होता है,
जी.
but it's still there.
So what are some, other than these two, what are some important positive yogs in astrology?
So let's list some yogs which we think are important. एक होता है गज केसरी योग.
Right.
गज केसरी योग is a योग जिसमें Jupiter sits in the same house as Moon or 4, 7 or 10 houses away. इसकी भी conditions होती हैं. You must make sure that Jupiter is not combust. Jupiter is not debilitated. And you must also make sure that bad planets like Saturn, Mars, Rahu, Ketu are not looking at Jupiter or Moon. अगर ऐसा हो गया होता, then it makes things very weak. गज केसरी योग, like I said, is dasha independent, तो lifetime रहेगा. He will give you intelligence, respect and prosperity. तो जितने IT वाले लोग बैठे हैं यहाँ, जितने individuals who've made their own life, I find Gaj Kesari Yoga very common in them.
So it has nothing to do with elephant?
So far, nothing to do with elephant or lion.
जी.
But देखिए, intelligence, respect, prosperity, tech, Silicon Valley. In fact, most people who have migrated to this country, one shape or form, have a Gaj Kesari Yoga.
Okay.
अब magnitude के ऊपर, that's how common it is.
Wow.
Okay, so the chance that you have Gaj Kesari in your Kundli is 4 houses out of 12, which is 33% people should have Gaj Kesari Yoga. It's that common. So जब कोई astrologer देख के कहते हो आपका Gaj Kesari Yoga है, well, 33% people have it. It's not that rare.
Right.
But it's still good. It will at least give you a decent life. अच्छी लाइफ देके जाता है.
We
The next
have a
yoga, yes,
we have a caller waiting. Can we quickly
okay.
call? Hello, you're on air with Dr. Saket Bhatia.
Hello. Yeah,
Yeah.
hello, Bhatia.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. Yeah, I just wanted to know what मेरी बेटी की कौन सा universities में she has started applying. She's a senior. She
Okay.
started applying into multiple universities, and one or two universities we have already got admission also for next year, all of 2025. I just wanted to know if she is really going to even seek even a medical career or not. It looks like based on my undergrad, I think she is not taking anything related to medicine, while she was actually hoping for that earlier. So,
Okay.
उसका date of birth है May 26, 2007, and time of birth is 7:20 p.m. in the evening.
7:20 p.m. in the evening, and place of birth?
Walnut Creek, California.
Walnut Creek, California. Okay, so we have her Kundli here, and you said Walnut Creek, right?
Correct.
7:20 May 26, 2007. And your specific question is, career में क्या करेगी? What will she do?
Yeah, career में क्या करेगी? I think will she get admitted into any UC colleges? UC का admission अभी शुरू नहीं हुआ.
Okay. So she's running, at this time, your daughter is running Rahu Shani Dasha, right?
Correct.
According to this Kundli. Now, Rahu and Shani Dasha, Shani is like Rahu. They are very good friends because in this Kundli, Rahu acts like Shani. They are 6 houses away. 6 typically would represent some sort of break in whatever she is doing. So that break time has started. And next it's going to be Rahu Mercury Dasha, which is actually excellent for your daughter. Mercury, looking at her Kundli, she is going to do a master's because Mars is the planet which will represent masters. Saturn is so strong, she goes in for research. I don't think she's going to do anything to do with medical. At least healthcare nahi dikh raha yahan. So that was your question, right?
Okay.
Is she going to get into medicine? I don't see it. Although I do see Moon in the 11th house, right? That's a good placement. But I don't see that as something she's going to focus on. Nahi dikh raha. Career is going to be run by the 10th house. We know. The Lord of the 10th is Sun, which is placed in partnership house. Good placement. Jupiter is aspecting. I think she goes into hardware or certain related field. Or she could get into public health if she wants. Those are good professions for her. But I wouldn't worry about...
Do you see her getting admission into any of the University of California colleges, Dr. Bhatia?
Looking at her Mars, looking at her Mars and Mercury in Navamsh, I'm almost certain she does.
Okay.
I'm almost certain she does. I don't see a reason she doesn't go to a good school. She should. Research hai. Saturn in that house will give good research capability to her. Get her into some good profession where she can do research, whether it is biotech or healthcare or something along those lines. That's what she should be doing. Not necessarily medicine. Okay?
Okay.
To all the listeners tuned in and listening to us on Radio Zindagi, आप सुन रहे हैं the Saket Bhatia Astrology Show. Every Tuesday 4 to 5 p.m. live होते हैं हमारे साथ Dr. Saket Bhatia. And आप connect कर सकते हैं उन्हें for any question regarding astrology or numerology. saketbhatia.com is the website where you can get all the information, or just give a direct call to 408-639-5300. Do listen to the show carefully, and I am seeing that you do, because we are getting many calls, many people interested in knowing about their future, about their kids. And I know one quick question is not enough. So do log on to the website. There is a form there. You can fill in your information. You can make your own chart. And if you have any particular question, आप लिख कर भेज सकते हैं info@saketbhatia.com. और of course, show के दौरान call कर सकते हैं. We have 15 more minutes in the show, and we can take few more calls. 510-770-1550. That's the studio line number if you have any quick question. So we were talking about yogs. What about some difficult yog जो astrology में होते हैं? The rare ones, I guess.
So we were not even done with the main
जी
yogs.
go ahead. Sorry.
But अगर आपको डिफिकल्ट योग्स देखने हैं, पॉजिटिव योग्स तो हमको पता है, लक्ष्मी योग, सरस्वती योग, राज योग. बट डिफिकल्ट योग अगर आप पूछ रहे हो, देन हियर आर सम डिफिकल्ट योग्स फॉर यू. वन, केंद्रम योग.
Yeah,
केंद्रम
I've
योग
heard
होता है.
that from you.
Yeah. केंद्रम योग is, so your mind is moon, right?
Mm-hmm.
When moon is alone, it starts to drift. It starts to get all kinds of thoughts. So Kundli mein, we want at least 1 or 2 planets close to the moon. Ideally, if there are planets on either side of the moon, it is considered good, supportive. But अगर कुंडली में मून के साथ कोई planet नहीं हो, तो केंद्रम योग बन जाता है. Now, केंद्रम योग gets cancelled if there is Gaj Kesari Yog, or if moon is very strong, exaltation sign में बैठा हो, या उसका असर कम होता है when it is sitting in houses 1, 4, 7, 5, 9 and 10. But अगर ये हो आपकी कुंडली में and it is sitting in, let's say, house number 2, 3, or 6, 8, then it will give you lots of problems in life. It gives you mental harassment, poverty, isolation, challenges, difficulty in life. ये देखा है. इसका अगर पॉजिटिव प्लैनेट्स इनको देख रहे हैं, then we can reduce the effect. But अगर नहीं देख रहे हैं, life is really going to be very challenging for you. ये एक है. The second bad yog, I would say difficult yog, is Grahan Yog. What is a Grahan? It's an eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
How is an eclipse formed? It can form when you have sun and moon together, or where you have moon sitting with Rahu Ketu, or where you have sun sitting with Rahu Ketu. ये जिस घर में बैठते हैं उस घर को डिस्ट्रॉय करते हैं. If they're sitting in 7th house, they will destroy relations with your partner, and more than likely it will be your fault. They will cause emotional problems, struggle with finance. If they're sitting in your career house, fall from grace, काम से निकाले जाओगे. This is Grahan Yog, not good. पाप कत्री योग भी होता है, where एक घर है, उसके दोनों साइड पे बुरे प्लैनेट्स हैं. बुरे मीन्स राहु केतु, मार्स, सन and Mangal. They, on either side of the house, they will squeeze that house. They're like a scissor. Paap means negative, Katri means scissor. वो काट देते हैं उस घर को. So when people call and say my health is bad, we look at a house, we see nothing wrong with the planet, we see nothing wrong with the Karak, the Lord. Then we realize ये तो पाप कत्री है, and उनकी दशा आई है, they are holding that house hostage. एक सख्त योग भी होता है. Jupiter should not be 6, 8 or 12 houses away from moon. Moon and Jupiter are like, they support each other. जितने पास में रहे better होता है. But अगर moon और Jupiter, अगर Jupiter moon से 6, 8, 12 घर दूर हो, this only causes financial hardships. Up down, up down. आपके finances up down रहेंगे full life. No matter what. Even if you get success, you will do something silly. Invest, lose your money. फिर आ जाएंगे वापस. फिर आप lose करोगे. तो these are individuals who never realize the value of money. They keep playing. They keep playing. और एक होता है शक्त योग. शक्त योग से बड़ा dangerous शक्त योग, which not only brings ups and downs in wealth, but brings ups and downs in mental peace and struggle in life.
Okay.
ये yogs are not considered good. They are always difficult. They are tough to deal with. I think the most notorious is Kendram Yog of all of these.
Okay.
We do see it, and it happens all the time. But like I said, uski cancellation factors बहुत हैं, so make sure you know what you're doing. But positive yogs would be Gaj Kesari Yog, Lakshmi Yog. Lakshmi Yog is what? Money. जब Lord of the Ninth is placed in its own sign or exaltation, तो बहुत अच्छा होता है. Lakshmi is goddess of wealth, तो पैसे देता है. सरस्वती योग भी होता है. ये होता है जब Jupiter, Venus, Mercury अच्छे घर में placed हो. They're very strong. Then it makes you, very intelligent. Viparit Raj Yog. 6-8 घर are considered enemies, destruction, and loss. When the lords of these houses are placed in either of their own houses or the exchange house, they actually give positive results. So you will win through your enemies. जो
Oh.
challenges आएंगे, you will beat them and you will go up in life. कभी कभी होते हैं, enemies try to sue you, they give you a bad name, but it only pulls you up in life, and that's what these Viparit Raj Yogs does. My favorite yog is Parivartan Yog.
Okay. And why?
Parivartan is exchange. When two planets that own two houses exchange, they will change their energy and swap. If your first lord, which is you, Vedika, exchanges job place with 11th house gains, now your life has a cycle which will never go of you making gains in life.
Oh.
If your first lord has exchanged place with, let's say, 7th, you and your partner will have this bond which will never break. If you and 5th, your intelligence will only go over time. Parivartan is a cycle yoga. वो कोई
It's
बंद
my
नहीं होता.
favorite too now.
Parivartan yoga, yes. It's common, yes. Do people have it? Yes, but not as much as you expect. ये rare है. बहुत योग है जो rare भी होते हैं. अभी I've seen lots of yogs, कर्म जीवा योग in many people's कुंडली these days. In fact, मैं जिसकी कुंडली पढ़ता हूँ, ये योग तो मैं देखता हूँ. Success through your own effort.
Okay.
It's easy to discuss, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I have Karam Jiva Yoga. Yeah, I'll make money through my own effort.
Yeah.
So remember, these are almost all except Gaj Kesari and Parivartan are Dasha dependent yoga. ये
Right.
जो दो योग हैं, they are Dasha independent and very good for you.
So
Okay.
now, yeah, can we talk about those examples which you mentioned at the beginning of the show, where there is no significant yoga, but still people got immense success in their life?
Yeah, so yes, you can be successful in life. You have yogs. There is no kundli that has no yog. It is impossible.
Oh, okay.
अगर हमने सारे planets उठा के एक घर में डाल दिया, you still have yogs because 5th, 9th are still making a yoga, right? So remember one thing, it is possible for you, जो हमारा show सुन रहे हैं, to be famous, to be successful and to achieve things in life. You need effort, you need guidance, you need direction. What separates you from others is you yourself and your kundli. Now, all of these three people I'm going to tell you have at some point of time gone to an astrologer who has told them that they could do it. They have in print said they have gone to an astrologer who has given them the confidence to do it, right? So people in America, we'll talk about two, or UK, Oprah Winfrey and J.K. Rowling. These are people who did not have any fancy yogs in their kundli, but at the same time, they have risen in life, right? Now we will talk about some three popular people from India who have achieved significant stuff in life, but don't have it. First is Priyanka Chopra.
Oh.
She was Miss World. She's a well-known actress. For those of you who don't know her, she's an Indian actress who's moved to Hollywood. She comes in a bunch of shows and a bunch of movies, and she's been very successful in her own right. She's well known in the industry. She's well known in the world. So she has favorable planetary positions. Definitely, planets अच्छे हैं, supportive है, but no yog that would make her Miss World. She has no yog which would make her an international celebrity. She has worked hard for it. It has not been easy for her. The second person who has no fancy yoga in his kundli is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the ex-president, former ex-president of India, who's no more. His combinations clearly say academic and scientific achievements. दिखाते हैं. They don't show that he's going to be president. There is no yoga in his kundli which shows that he is going to do, launch India into a different age. Dasha Ai, he worked hard. He was one of those simple men who liked to talk to people. He liked to understand the suffering the people are going through, and he always lived a dream.
Right.
And the third person that is going to surprise you, who did not have fancy, Gaj Kesari / Akhand Samrajya Yog, is Dhirubhai Ambani, founder of Reliance Industries, one of India's largest conglomerates. His chart is not strictly indicate fame, doesn't have it. He took risks in life. He had a full-time astrologer by his side, 24/7, and so does his son. They have full-time astrologers, numerologists every day, what to wear, where to go, what time to do this. So did the father. Day to day कुंडली में आज रिस्क लेना है, नहीं लेना है, कब लेना है, कैसे लेना है. His astrologer told him, take your company public. He did it. He even dropped flyers from helicopters in Mumbai when he was trying to tell people to buy his shares. So these three people, and I can give you more examples in the next show if you want, but these are three diverse examples: celebrity, politician, businessman.
Mm-hmm.
Indians typically would know them, who they are. And again, effort chahiye. Effort and confidence that yes, you can do it. Both are important because, like I told you on the show, I dealt with somebody who says, I have had enough. I don't want to do it anymore. And that would be wrong because you are giving up last minute. ये कोई चाबी तो नहीं है कि आपने ढूंढ ढूंढ के मिल गई, so you stop looking for it. You have to keep working till the end. Na?
Absolutely. तो
So
योग
those
और नो योग, हार्ड वर्क का कोई सब्स्टिट्यूट नहीं है.
hard work has no substitute. It overrides yogs. Because remember, जो बुरा योग भी है, he will create difficulties. Yes, he may create obstacles also. But difficulty होती है for you, na? You must
Right.
figure out how to do it. So keep your brain open, keep your mind open, and start meeting more people. Start looking at people who will be positive and bring you up in life.
Right.
अपना mental balance रखा करो. That's what I tell people.
Absolutely. And हमने योग के बारे में, I think we talked about the good ones, we talked about the not so good ones. Anything else for this topic which you want to close with?
Not necessarily. Rare yogs की बात करनी थी
जी.
कि कौन से yogs rare होते हैं. But my question is, rare योग की बात करने का होता है कि they are so rare that people don't have them in general. So what sense would it make to discuss? But for all the listeners here, I want to say, when you go to a doctor, he tells you you have high cholesterol, you have vitamin D deficiency, you may have early born signs of diabetes, and then you start working hard at it. You start working on those things, you take your medicine, and next thing you know is alleviate ho gaya, you feel better. Why don't you do that with an astrologer who tells you कि आपका टाइम अभी थोड़ा ठीक नहीं है, या आपका टाइम बेटर आ रहा है, या आपका बेस्ट टाइम आ गया है. You see, think of it as a shot, IV fluid shot that's going in your vein. वो confidence booster दे रहा है आपको. If you're going to an astrologer who tells you सब अच्छा है, सब ठीक होगा, that is wrong. There's always cycles of ups and downs. So you're not going to get everything you want in life. That's not how it works. And same thing in astrology. We're not going to tell you what you want to hear. We're going to tell you क्या होने वाला है, कब होगा, कैसे होगा. So first it comes with you. Understand what your strengths are. Understand what you want to achieve in life. And understand where you stand today and where you want to go. Then jot down your questions. Come meet us. And let's have a detailed discussion. कि आपकी right track क्या है. You could come and say, I want to start a company, and we can say, it doesn't make sense. Stick where you are, you're going to be more successful there. It could be, I want to travel the world, and we'll say, yes, but uska time aaya nahi ab tak. Many people have called and said, I want to get married, kab hogi? And my answer was, don't do it for the next 2 years because dasha kharab hai. If you do it, you might get laid off, or married may, you may break up with your partner or something along that line. So do it when it is right. हर एक चीज का एक टाइम होता है. एंड डोंट गेट टू अहेड ऑफ योरसेल्फ. थोड़ा मोमेंट एंजॉय कीजिए. दिस टाइम वोंट कम बैक अगेन.
And टाइम की बात कर रहे हैं तो वी आर ऑलमोस्ट आउट ऑफ आवर शो टाइम. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जॉइनिंग अस ऑन एयर टुडे एंड वी विल सी यू बैक नेक्स्ट ट्यूसडे.
Thank you so much, and to all the listeners, we'll connect Tuesday. Till then, have a good week and enjoy your weekend.
And to all the listeners who are trying to reach us now on the studio line, please direct your questions, your calls to 408-639-5300, the direct number where you can call. This is Dr. Saket Bhatia's office number to schedule an appointment. आप यहाँ बात कीजिए. If you have a question, you can call again. The number is 408-639-5300. Thanks once again, and we will connect next week.
Bye.